I guess this wouldn't be YouTube if I didn't ask you to engage with the video if you like it by liking and subscribing or leaving a comment. Feel free to follow me on Twitter under Sussex Henry VIII, and thanks for watching this video. The British press have tried their best to tarnish Meghan Markle's reputation, so today, on her 40th birthday, let's talk about who Meghan Markle is and who she was before she met Harry. Let's get through some of the biographical stuff quickly. Meghan was born Rachel Meghan Markle on August 4th, 1981 to Doria Raglan and Thomas Markle. She grew up in Southern California. We don't know exactly when or why she started going by Meghan. It's actually unclear if she ever went by Rachel, but the swap happened early in her childhood. Little fun fact in here, her mother referred to Meghan as Flower, and now Meghan's daughter goes by Lily, and that's stupid cute. Okay, moving on. Her parents divorced when she was a kid, and she spent time living with each of them before going to Northwestern. Meghan was the first person in her family to go to college. Meghan's penchant for activism started early on, especially when it came to women's rights. At 12, she was interviewed pushing back on an ad she felt was sexist. At 14, she was writing about loving yourself exactly the way you are. She spent time in college interning at a U.S. embassy. The roots of Meghan's later activism are ever present in her childhood. Much has been made of the relationship Meghan had with her parents and step-siblings, and the truth is, like most families, it's complicated. Much more complicated than the tabloids would like you to believe it is. An entire video could be made about Meghan's relationships with her family, but the highlights really are. Named sources from Meghan's past have claimed that her relationship with her father was always complicated. This wasn't something that just happened when Meghan entered the royal family. Based on photos from the TIG, Em was significantly closer to her mother than her father as an adult. We know that Meghan wanted her father to come to her wedding. She had flights, a hotel, outfits, a security team waiting for him, and he didn't show up. We also know that she was pleading with him to stop going to the press, a request that was resoundingly ignored. Meghan herself has said that she wasn't close to any of her half-siblings, that she was raised basically as an only child, and that as of 2021 had only seen her stepsister Samantha twice in almost 30 years. Samantha also changed her last name back to Markle only after Harry and Meghan started dating. Meghan worked as an actress on 23 television shows and 8 movies. As said previously, she got her big break on Suits. Her co-workers on the show are some of her biggest defenders in public. I think here is a good place to put that despite Meghan working on over 30 productions, there hasn't been a single person willing to come forward and say she behaved poorly with their name attached to it, even when they were offered money, in some cases tens of thousands of dollars, to lie. The British press and royal family would like you to believe that Meghan was basically evil incarnate, just waiting for a prince to fall into her lap. But unless you count estranged family members, there's literally zero evidence of that. Even her ex-husband has nothing but nice things to say about her. Meghan started working at 13 and kept herself afloat by doing calligraphy on the side. She had brand ambassadorships and partnerships. She ran a successful lifestyle blog called The TIG. Before she met Harry, her estimated net worth was around $5 million. Meghan worked as an ambassador for World Vision, supporting clean water and access to menstrual supplies for women. She was a Young World Youth Ambassador, delivering a talk with Justin Trudeau about gender equality. She was an advocate for UN Women and was invited to give a speech about women's rights in front of the UN Secretary General. In 2016, she said this, "This type of work is what feeds my soul. The degree to which I can do both on and off camera is a direct perk of my job." As Richard Sanders said in his article for the Byline Times, it's not hard to get a grip on the Duchess of Sussex. She was smart, racially conscious, and a feminist. Part of the organized smear campaign against Meghan was to both promote how different she was while also trying to take away her mixed-race background, so royalists could argue that their racist attacks weren't actually all that racist. In reality, Meghan talked about her mixed-race background often. She's spoken about how not fitting into a single box affected her as a kid in class, how it affected her when she heard her mom be called racial slurs, and how it affected her ability to book jobs in Hollywood because she didn't really fit into one category. To sum it up, Meghan Markle entered the royal family in a way they hadn't seen for at least a generation. She wasn't financially dependent on her parents. In fact, she could be considered wealthy in her own right. That was thanks to a very public career that had started in her teens, which had included long-term, high-profile philanthropic work. She had used social media to successfully build a lifestyle blog. And unlike Kate and Diana, she wasn't groomed from a young age to marry into the family. She was a whole person before she married Harry, with well-informed opinions that she wasn't hesitant to share. All of these things should have been considered pros for the family, especially in the late 20-teens, but instead she was treated as a threat. To quote again from the Byline Times article, "I knew her by listening to and reading her own words. The people I was talking to had experienced her entirely through the prism of the British media." Was the perfect illustration of Harry and Meghan's core grievance, that they were the victims of a racist, misogynist, xenophobic press against which Buckingham Palace had failed to push back. And that's it for this one, guys. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.